Good morning, Texans. Today is Friday, September 11th, 2020, and it is time for our morning announcements. We're going to start with our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now to the great state of Texas. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. I'm going to depart from my traditional, I put the moment of silence here, but today is a special day, and so I'd like to kind of give you a special thing to think about in terms of this particular day. So today is 9/11, September 11th, and many of you were not even alive when this occurred, and of course I was, but on September 11th of 2001, we had a very tragic day in the history of our country where over 3,000 lives were lost when a terrorist attack occurred, not just in New York City, but in the surrounding areas as well. And so I just want to share with you that this is one of those days that, and I don't know, hopefully maybe as students, maybe you won't have one of these days in your adult life. I kind of hope you don't. But for me, I actually remember exactly where I was on this date. I was still an assistant principal at Crockett Middle School in Irving, and I remember that I was in the cafeteria taking tardies when the news came to us. One of our ladies that was in our main office came and told us what had occurred, and so we finished taking care of student tardies, and we went into the main office, and there was a television over in the corner, and began to see the images of what was going on around our nation with those attacks. And so it's just a day that was cemented in many people's lives as a horrible day, but it's a day that we recovered from. We're in the process of recovering from something pretty significant right now where many, many, many American lives have been lost. And so it's just a good opportunity to recognize that we can overcome difficulties. And so as you have your moment of silence today, I just want you to think on those things and how we can rebound from difficulties. So we'll now observe a moment of silent reflection. Okay, so Texans, today is a B day today. So you are going to see advisory, and also, because today is Friday, advisory, and then also periods 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now, your day today is going to be mostly asynchronous, maybe even all asynchronous, depending on who you have as your teacher. Our teachers are going to be involved in a pretty important training starting here at 8:15 this morning. About 70 of our teachers will not only be teaching in-person classes starting Monday, but also be teaching remotely. And by that I mean this particular group of teachers is going to be trained in what to do to best serve students who are Zooming into their live classes. So many of our teachers will teach a live class, and students will Zoom into that class. And so this training is to help teachers to facilitate that opportunity in the best interest of our remote learners, because I need our remote learners to remember this and hear me say this. 25% of our campus is going to remain in remote learning, while 75% are going to be here. I don't want our 25% to think that they are forgotten. And so your teachers don't want that for you either. And so this training today is going to help them with that. So they'll be involved in that training this morning. And then we've got some training for teachers for the return to in-person this afternoon. And so that is why a lot of your assignments are not going to be via a Zoom today. You'll just pick those up. But advisory, that will be a Zoom. And then 2, 4, 6, and 8, and this will be the last day of the block schedule, and then we will start an 8-period day for everybody, whether you are in person or remote, on Monday. So last day of 100% remote learning also means the last day that I will do this type of announcement. Not too long from now, we'll start having NHS TV announcements, which are far superior to my announcements, my friends. The other thing about it is when we do bring 75% of our kids back to this campus, I'm going to have to be really involved in some supervisory things in the mornings. And so that's not going to facilitate my being able to sit down and do these for you. So what I will do though for our students who are remaining remote, I'm going to put a generic, some of you have shared with me that having me do the Pledge of Allegiance and just start to your morning kind of thing has actually kind of helped your family get in that routine of remote learning. So I'm going to put a generic one in place on my blog so that you can refer back to it and then just use that every day. It'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, it'll have the moment of silence. I won't have date specifics or that kind of thing, but it'll just be that very general thing to keep our remote learners on track so that you can access that, because we don't want to forget about our remote learners. Senior portraits, guys, September, my goodness, September 19th, that's very soon, and then October 3rd. And the way you sign up for that is go to glamourcraft.com/seniors, select Northwest in the drop-down box. So we're in-person learning. For those who are in-person learning on September 14th, 8-period bell schedule starts Monday. We're encouraging everybody to catch a ride to school if possible. That way we reduce the number of kids on the buses. Building opens at 8:20 a.m. This is different from what we have normally done in the past. And whether you were at middle school or you were here, this is different. We're not opening the building until 8:20 a.m. I'm going to have a hard time with that because I don't like not letting kids in the building. But it's what we have to do for the proper distancing of students. And then once you come in the building, when we do let you in the building, you're going to go straight to your first period class. We're not lingering in the hallways, that kind of thing. We're heading to class. So moving hallways at all times. We're not able to stop and stand. And again, I know those of you who have been here, that's a departure from what you've enjoyed doing in the past. We have to keep moving. Walk on the right-hand side of the hallways. We're going to walk on the right-hand side, whichever way we're going, we're walking on the right-hand side. We're going to keep moving, and we're not going to be crowding up with one another. We're going to have masks on at all times, all day, except while eating. I've explained that to you in the past, but again, it's kind of like when you're in a restaurant. While you're sitting down at the table with your meal, you're able to have the mask off. When you get up to go get a napkin, get a piece of silverware, go to the restroom, put your tray away, whatever it is, mask has to come back on. Masks have to fit snugly over the nose and mouth. Quick demo if you're looking down here in the right-hand corner. So you want a mask that will fit you reasonably snugly, not loosely and having gaps and that kind of thing. You want your nose covered, you want your mouth covered. That's the only way to keep everybody else safe and also keep yourself safe. We're going to keep our masks on in the hallways, in the restrooms, in the classrooms. We're going to have our masks on in the lunch line. Anytime you get up from the table, when we're going to get our food, we have our masks on. We're going to have our masks on while we're entering the building and while we're exiting the building. So it's not going to be like, hats last year. Yeah, I didn't fuss at you about hats when school was out. I'm going to fuss at you about masks when school is out. We've got to have our masks on. Anytime we're in the building, anytime we're entering and exiting the building, we have to have our masks on. And students who refuse the safety protocols will have to go back to remote learning. And then a quick reminder that we're not doing lunch drop-offs at this time, and we're not able to have visitors to the campus. Again, stuff that we don't like, but it's what we have to do in order to keep everybody safe. Now, if you have chosen remote learning, really important information for you here. You are on the same 8-period bell schedule as the in-person learners, so you need to remember that. You may have a few teacher changes. Actually, the in-person learners may have some teacher changes as well. We tried to avoid that, but there may be some changes, guys. Very important for you to review your new remote schedule by Sunday, September 13th, and I'll tell you how to do that. Log into Home Access Center, or HACC as you know it. Your homepage is the week view. There is an arrow at the top of that homepage, and I've put a little picture of it here on this slide. Click that arrow, and that'll take you to the week that starts September 14th, and you'll be able to see a list of your teachers. It's going to be important for you to see that list of your teachers because you need to check each of those teachers' Moodle page for the remote learning icon. I had a parent ask me this the other day, well, what if we don't have the enroll code for our teacher? It's a new teacher. Hopefully that new teacher has reached out to you. If they have not reached out to you by Sunday, reach out to them. Find their email in on the website. You can find their email in the directory. find their email, reach out to them and say, hey, I need an enrollment code, and that'll get you situated. This is the remote learning icon. When you click on that, it takes you to what method that you will use to do remote learning, whether that's zooming into a live class, whether that is joining an Edgenuity class, whatever it is, and that'll help you out there. Those are all the announcements I have for you today. It's a lot, I know. But Texans, it has been quite a ride. We have been about 6 months, I think, not in school. And so a lot of us will return to in-person on Monday. A lot of us will remain remote. And you need to know we've not forgotten about you. And so we look forward to Monday. Monday's going to be a transition for us. And I'm excited to see what that looks like. I'm excited to have students back in the building again. That's where we get our energy. And so we're just looking forward to that. But Texans, I love you. I'm glad a bunch of you are going to be here on Monday. For the rest of you, I miss you. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I hope you make this a great Friday.